Good afternoon. Okay, so we all know that TikTok is on the chopping block, you know, because it's just too much data. TikTok gives you things that you can go and look up. For instance, have you guys taken a look at the April 26, 2023 Judiciary Committee on trafficking undocumented children? This is happening in America. The lady says that there is, and she testifies to irrefutable evidence showing that if we do not understand why we need to vet and identify who's here, these type of things can happen, right? So when you are thinking about your representative, right, Governor of Florida, Rodney, right, Rodney Glover, Governor of Florida, you really have to consider. You have to take the goods with the bads. Sometimes you hear a term, you got to take your crookeds with your straights, right? So I understand that we may not like everything that we hear, but when we find ourselves in these arguments, there are people who are being hurt. We have so much corruption that we are finding out more and more in our government. Like, that's the problem. The corruption is with the people who make the legislation that's supposed to help. And the problem is, we're not seeing that corruption be held accountable. So you say, well, what can you do? This is me talking to me. What can you do to hold these people accountable? I can start to implement legislation that at the state level holds its representatives accountable for creating mass harm. Like, we have to be able to be held accountable. And we seem to have voted out that level of accountability. This is a character problem. You have to trust that one of the things that I will implement is a way to remove me from the seat if I do something incredulous and unthinkable. This is a hard thing to happen. We are watching government officials that get caught up in cases. Right now, they have a lawsuit against Governor DeSantis in apparently the state of Florida because of the whole Disney thing. There are a lot of details that go into that. But one detail that you have to keep in mind is that they had grounds to at least have a lawsuit. This meant that you did something that you should not have done, or that you did not leverage your resources properly, i.e., I know that when our government officials make these legislative advances towards places like Disney and things like that, that at some point you are talking with lawyers. If I'm not mistaken, he also has a lawyer background. So why would you knowingly put yourself in a position to be attacked later? You got to cross your T's and dot your I's in this thing. It's going to be complicated because the corruption is set in stone, and we're going to have to etch it out together. Will be complicated. I will not tell you that it is going to be some quick, easy ride out of here. The ride's going to be complicated, but I'm telling you, vote me 2026 November. Vote me governor of Florida, and let's start reforming character. Let's start reforming policies based on healthy character that aligns with our legislative and economical goals.